Hey, what's up? It's Todd Smith. I am back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about Behringer and how it's officially Behringer Synths for everybody at this point. I mean, the majority of people in civilized world can afford analog synths that sound great, in multiple of them, more than I need, more than I should have. You know what I mean? And just, it's unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable the time we live in terms of pure analog. And it's only going to get better. I mean, this is their first run. This is their first wave. These mono synths with not much saving capability. You're going to see the poly wave hit soon. That's going to be the next evolution. I think you're going to start to see a lot more saving capabilities. Obviously polyphonic. More keyboards, full-fledged keyboards. It seems like they're really smart and they're going to be doing full-fledged keyboards and offering modules. At least they're doing that with the UBXA coming out, and I really hope that's a trend that Behringer continues, allowing desktop module versions and keybed versions. I just love the old school back in the day where everything had a keyboard, a desktop, or a rack mount. You had your three, they had everyone covered. Nowadays, things seem to be released in just like one format, many times a weird little mini key format. And even though some of the synth engines are really good, they're just end up hard to keep around so many, stuff of that nature. You only need so many keys. I guess that's dependent on the user, but most people only need a few big, or maybe one or two big key beds and maybe a small one. And if everything is built like the Op6, where the only option you have is a bunch of little mini keys, it starts to get a little frustrating after a while. So I really like how it seems like Behringer intends to give the option to the consumer on their bigger projects. I really hope that's the case. There is rumors going around that the UBXA could be $1,000 brand new when coming out. If that happens, if that thing hits for 1,000, my gosh, the future projects, I can't even imagine what's going to be rolling out over the next few years. Just the monos I have really offer so much in terms of mono synths. I've got the 6 mono synths here, including the K2 a little bit off the screen. I got the 2600 at a friend's house. I got the TD3 in the closet. I've got mono synths for days. And while I might not recommend getting as many as I did, whatever you want, the ones that you do want, you're going to be able to get at a great price. Because, you can pick them up even used now and save even more money if you want. You can find Behringer synths at even cheaper prices if you hit that used market. It's unbelievable. They're never going to be an investment piece, and that's the biggest thing a lot of people use against them. Oh, they're never going to go up in value. And I don't think gear necessarily needs to be a value gain. Like, you don't need to be buying gear because it's going to increase in value. I think that's a weird way of looking at it. It's more about owning the experience and what the gear can give to you musically. You can go that route. These things will never be that. They'll never be that. They're different. They're meant to be consumed and experienced and enjoyed and played. They're not a collector's item, and I like that. I actually really like that, taking the analog world out of the collector's world. Like, it's still there if you want it. If you still want the collector's end of that, it's there. But if you just want stuff to play with and you don't care about like collecting in terms of stuff that's cash, this you can collect too. You can collect these, but you're probably not going to make money selling them ever. But most people are going to collect these to use these. And if you're not going to use it, you're probably going to sell it at a loss. If you end up in somebody else's game. There's a circle of life. You're gonna feed into somebody else, and eventually it's gonna land in some hand, and somebody's gonna use it. They're gonna get the money they paid out of these machines. I mean, it's impossible not to. If you get the right one for you at the price tag even new, you're gonna get your money's worth. So it's amazing. It is an amazing time to be alive. I don't own any polysynths from Behringer yet. It could be a little bit till I need to invest in one. I have tons of polysynths that are virtual analog. I got the Blofeld from Waldorf. I got the Juno X from Roland. I got the SD1 from Ensoniq. I have the ESQ1 from Ensoniq too, but that needs battery work, and hopefully that will solve some other issues that have come up with it. If not, I might have to invest in another ESQ1, so a battery change, we'll find that. I got a CZ4000. I got a microKORG. So I got polysynths for days. So that's the reason why I've been investing in Behringer mono. Like, just in case if you think I'm just crazy and just need a bunch of monosynths and I'm fucking nuts. It's because I got tons of polysynths. And they're knocking out so many great monosynths at a great price. I have to grab them. You know, they're really sick to have. You know, they got their drawbacks and no savings and stuff like that. But for the price and the true analog architecture, and you combine them all together into one experience, it's a freaking steal what I'm getting these for. And so I have no problems racking them up like Pokemon, collecting them all. You know what I mean? I definitely think they are doing their best to still make profit. You have to make profit or you can't do it. But give the consumer the best price tag possible and give them a great product for that price tag. I truly believe, even with all the negativity that Behringer gets as a brand, they are more pro-consumer than almost anybody else in the analog world ever. It's going to be interesting to see how they do in the future, where they go, how big their projects get. I mean, I definitely, once they, will they do something really unique analog, like a Neutron keyboard? The Neutron is a sick, unique device. Yes, they're going to clone a lot because they have a lot to clone, and they know there's a market there, and there's people who have, they can do a good price. There's going to be a lot of clones. But I'm just like everybody else. I'm really interested to see once, a couple years down the road, we have a bunch of polys, we have a bunch of monos, it's evolving. When we see a big release from them, they're going to have a lot to draw from. They're going to have so much technology from the past. They're going to be able to blend so much. I just recently released a K2 demo, so if you haven't checked that out, look at my videos, you should definitely see it. And I'm just learning the K2 myself. I ain't a pro. I've never owned an MS-20. It's with 0 effects. It's literally just my second night recorded some sounds. I fumbled upon a few patches I really liked, and I recorded them. That's it. I'm not a pro at it. So you get an idea of maybe what you could pull out of it within a couple days of using it, because I really didn't have much experience. And then the Cobalt will be coming next, right out the gate. So a lot of people have been requesting this one because I honestly thought there was a lot more sound demos. I looked up online. I'm actually surprised at how little sound demos there are of this. So I'm probably gonna go pretty hard on this. I wouldn't light on the K2 because there's tons of sound demos of that. I'm gonna try to go pretty heavy on this and try to give a good amount of sounds and a good amount of kind of talking points on it too. But I really want to focus on some sounds on this one. Really push this one hard on the sound demo, because give an idea of what it's about. I honestly never touched this one either. I don't know anything about it other than it's probably pretty fast envelope based because there ain't no release. And yeah, so I don't know much about it. It'd be fun to explore. I think we're all obviously, if you don't want any Behringer synths, you don't need to buy them. We have options these days, but we are definitely in the time where pretty much anyone can afford the Behringer analog model they want when it comes along. And I think even like if you don't like the company, eventually they're gonna release something that buckles you. You're like, fuck, I hate Behringer. But they were just released the fucking Polvik or whatever. There's some wicked random rare synth that like no one else is gonna clone anytime soon. It almost just feels like they're gonna hit everybody, the lovers, the haters. They're just it's almost like the Borg. They're gonna assimilate at some point, you know what I mean? But I'm loving it. I would love to know what is your favorite Behringer purchase so far. Out of all the ones that you've bought, what is your favorite Behringer synth? I really like the cat. I don't know if that would be number one right out the gate, but it's new, but I do love this cat. K2 too, but the cat, oh man. It'd be hard for me to choose just one, but I would love to know if you can name your favorite Behringer synth. As always, stay positive, stay creative, support each other in peace.